Okay, let's talk about the PS5 event. But I want to start off with the most important thing, of course. The most important thing is a sports game, NBA 2K. Playing Mario.
Can I just be honest? I actually skipped that part.
Yeah. Honestly, if it was a FIFA, I play FIFA. If it was a FIFA trailer, I really wouldn't care because what are they really going to show me? Like for example, I play NBA 2K occasionally. The best thing they could show us is a little bit of sweat, a little bit of better lighting. Cool. I guess it's next gen, but that didn't excite me as much as something else did. Ratchet and Clank. That really looks next gen to me. And I don't know how closely you observed that trailer, but the way he was traveling through dimensions was crazy to me. How fast he was traveling. There was no loading screens.
Mm-hmm.
That's just crazy to me. That does feel like next gen to me.
Yeah, I thought the trailer looked really cool. Actually, before we get to the trailer, how about we talk about the first game they showed?
GTA.
But Skyrim. Oh, sorry, GTA 5.
Yes. I was like, okay, are they teasing GTA 6? What are they doing here? But why open up, a PS5 event with a game that's so old, that's been on 2 generations already,
Okay. I would have been okay with it if they show it in the middle of it. But,
yeah, throw it in with the indie games, just a little bonus, or anything. But it's like
the first thing. I literally said, WTF, why are they showing Grand Theft Auto 5 first?
Yeah, I know. I was pretty upset. I was like, okay. I didn't really understand how they're going to give it to us. I think if you buy it and you're a PS Now subscriber, you get it for free, and you get the extra DLC for free.
You can get GTA 5 for free when you get the PS5 or something like that. I'm not sure how it works either, but
yeah, I don't really care. I already played it, so and I already beat all the highs online and everything. So it's like, then they're done that. I want to experience next gen already.
Yeah, dude, GTA actually missed out this generation. They got no GTA 6 or nothing.
I know, and they better be working hard on that GTA 6 for this gen. And the thing is, I'm sure they started developing for it already, but I don't think it's coming out for another 3-4 years. So, yeah, we're not going to get that for a while. Yeah.
Probably longer.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I also saw another timeline where Rockstar had a timeline where they released like 4 GTA games in the span of like 9 years, and now it's like they're stuck with this one because of online transactions and everything, and they're making money than they ever will with the other games. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the other game they showed was Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is not a new game. It's actually an expansion for.
Yes, I saw that. Is that a sequel? Not an official sequel. It looks clean, and it's coming out holiday 2020.
So we assume that game's going to be released for the PS5 as well. So if you like that game, then you can buy it again, I guess, for the PS5.
Yes, that's right. So this is one of those things that's making me think, okay, maybe I need to switch over to the dark side. Maybe I need to jump to Sony.
You're a Microsoft person.
Yes. So seeing that Spider-Man is going to be backwards compatible day one, and this is coming out, I'm assuming on launch day, Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man, Miles Morales. I really want to experience these Spider-Man games. They're amazing. It's
the only one I played was the Spider-Man 2 movie game back in the PS2 days. That was a really good game, by the way.
Yes, yeah. All the Spider-Man games I've ever played are pretty good games, and I know they're only getting better now. So.
Yep.
Yeah. And that it's really making me think. That's GTA, Spider-Man, Ratchet and Clank. I'm not sure where that is on the timestamp, but I was wondering. I want to ask you, when do you think that's coming out?
They didn't give a release date, did they?
No, they didn't. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I can't wait to play this, and then I realized, wait,
There's no release date.
Those games can take like another 2-3 years to come out. What's going on? You know.
That would have surprised me. So actually, I'll praise this event. Every single game they showed, well, most of them anyways, they showed, cool little CG trailer first, but then they showed the gameplay afterwards. Well, sure, we at least got to see gameplay, so I approve of that. I'm glad they did that.
Yes. It's not unlike Xbox, inside Xbox last month. I saw a lot of people complaining on Twitter, Reddit, everything, that they showed no gameplay, it was pure cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
This PlayStation did it right, and I think they were working on this throughout the last month, and it's perfect. Yeah, you actually get to see the trailer, and I mean the gameplay, and the Ratchet and Clank gameplay was crazy hectic. It was very chaotic.
You're right about the part where it did feel next gen when it comes to, the dimension thing. You're right about that.
Yes, he's traveling to a whole new world within 2 seconds.
However, I feel like that's the only thing, but the rest of it feels like, okay, we can do it in the PS4 as well.
Yeah, are you talking about like the traveling dimensions is the only thing that's like, oh wow, this is like.
Yeah, that's the only.
But you're saying the graphics, you think that PS4 can pull that off?
Yes, I think so. Even though it's weird because Ratchet and Clank was absent during this generation. Like they did like a remake of the first game, but that's it. Like there was no Ratchet and Clank games for the PS4.
Yes. I'm watching the trailer right now in the background, and man, I don't know. I cannot tell you yes or no. Maybe the PS4 Pro, but this looks so clean, and I think.
I mean, the background, I agree. The rest of it, I don't really see it, to be honest.
Yeah, like the character models, Final Fantasy VII Remake pulled that off perfectly. Character models look perfect, but the background, it just looks so amazing and so clean. And I think if this game is truly coming out in 2 to 3 years, because they didn't announce a date for a reason, I think it's going to look maybe just a little bit better than the cinematic trailer.
Probably.
Yeah, and it's going to even make you feel even more next gen.
Yeah.
And you can kind of get, the storyline of the game. I think it's called Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Yeah, so, what's funny? Those areas they went to, I actually recognize some of them. Now, I don't know if they are going through different, not only dimensions, but different timelines of the previous games, because the canyon area, you see, that area looks exactly like the canyon area from A Crack in Time, the PS3 game. It looks like it's. I'm like, oh, so is he going back to other areas? Actually, one of my favorite parts was in that trailer, there was an area that looked, it was around 1 minute and 27 seconds around that part, where that area he was in, that part looked just like Haven City from Jak 2. I don't know if it is, but it looked just like it. That was the first thing I said. I was like, is that Haven City from Jak 2? Oh my god. I kind of geeked out about that.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, man. Every world here looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is like real-time gameplay where he travels amongst 4 different worlds in 30...
I mean, it's a demo, so sometimes, if you know the game Watch Dogs, the original demo for that, for E3, that was just a demo that's only for that show. When you play the final game, a lot of it was just not in the demo they showed.
I see.
So hopefully this isn't just for the sake of being a demo. Hopefully that is in the actual game. Most likely it will be. So. Yeah. I consider it for all the games, if I'm being honest, for this show.
Yeah. For me, this was the game that excited me the most. I don't know about you. What other game caught your attention?
It was Sackboy: A Big Adventure.
Yes. The 3D platforming game looks so cute, looks so clean.
It's Super Mario 3D World, basically. But you know what? I'm okay with that.
Yes. I'm watching the gameplay. Oh my goodness! I love how clean these games look on next gen. And, I can only imagine on a nice big screen, 4K screen, that's going to look perfect.
Yeah. So before I get to Sackboy, what about the other game that unfortunately, I only thought it was somewhat next gen, but then when you watch the gameplay, I'm like, wow, this reminds me so much of Forza. Gran Turismo 7. Honest to God, dude, only the part that actually did caught my attention in the graphics was when they were outside of the car. that one I did see that, and the zoom ins of the car did look nice. But when it came to the gameplay, I was like, wow, this was just like Forza on Xbox One. I really do not see any difference whatsoever.
Yes, and that's kind of, I wasn't planning on really mentioning that because it didn't really impress me. When I play Forza Horizon 4 on Xbox One X, it looks so clean. You know, everything looks amazing. That's really pushing the limit. Because it's a racing game, right? You can make any racing game look pretty. Those are the best looking games. This didn't impress me that much more than the Forza Horizon, you know.
It looks the same. I don't see how it was next gen, aside from zooming in the car, and I guess when the guy was out of the car. But that's really it. That wasn't, even then, that wasn't that impressive.
Yeah, and if it's a racing game, I'm being extra picky, you know, and I'm looking at the mountains right here, and it's like, it doesn't look that clean, that as detailed as I feel like next gen could be. I don't know who maybe down the line it looks much better. They can push it much more, but right now it's like, okay, great, it looks pretty. It looks pretty.
It's a PS4 game.
Current gen, you know. So
yeah. The next game, the Square Enix new IP, Project Athia. Yeah, and the first thing I said was when they were showing the text, I'm like, man, this is some typical Square Enix writing right there. I made fun of the trailer lines, but the game did look pretty. They used the Final Fantasy 15 engine, the Luminous engine, to make, and I don't know how I feel about it. It looks nice, I guess, but I get the feeling that the game's not going to come out for a very long time.
Yeah, it's Square Enix, though.
Yeah.
It's cool. I didn't see much from this game, but what I did see, the powers that she has, it looks really cool, but it'll be a while, like you said, you know.
It'll be a while.
Yeah. And once you it says, instead of saying release date, they say Project Athia working title. That kind of tells you something, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see this to the PlayStation 6, you know. But
given Square's track history, that wouldn't surprise me. But no, that's going to be the final game because Square has really stupid name games like Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
I love this game, but God, I don't like the name. Dragon Quest XI S Echoes of the Elusive Age Definitive Edition. Oh my God, that's a long name.
Yes, super long game. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Any other games? I have a game that I want to mention. Oh, you're going by timestamps. You tell me what game's next.
Next game is Stray with the little kitty cat when people would roll ahead. Look cute, but I barely saw any gameplay.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up. Like, I don't really remember any gameplay from that. So, yeah, it looks cool. I like the idea.
It looks cute. Great. No opinion. There's no opinion.
Yeah, one game that really caught my attention. It was created by Amber Lab. What was the game called? The one with the little cute black furries and it's a young girl.
Oh, Akina.
Akina, yeah, that game looks very nice. It's very nice.
Looks like a mix of Zelda and Pikmin because you got the little things following
you.
It
does, yeah.
It looked nice, but it didn't really catch my attention that much compared to say Ratchet and Clank and Sackboy.
Of course, yeah. Because Ratchet and Clank, I mean, like I said, I felt like it was the start of the show. They also the game right after Kina I'm seeing right here. This is a weird game. I didn't. This is the only game that was kind of weird to me. Like, what was it called? Volcano High. Goodbye, Volcano High.
I forgot about that game, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of just dismissed it. It was like, I don't know. This is weird. And I think that I was watching the event during live, and his parents were getting kind of weird with this game. So, yeah, it's making me feel uncomfortable. Okay, but okay, what's the next game?
What was the next game? It was oh my goodness, I forgot. It was Returnal, which was about a woman going on a weird planet, and
I think she repeats the same day, same cycle.
Yeah, it's like Groundhog Day, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
Honestly, God, dude, I actually wanted to skip that because I was very uninterested.
Yeah, I know. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I won't judge it too harshly right now. but it didn't catch my attention. I'm not interested, and I probably won't be in the future.
And the game didn't look PS5 to me. It looks like what I expect from a later PS4 game.
Yes, yes, yeah, I agree. And unfortunately, we won't see the full potential of next gen. I feel like until 3 or 4 years into the generation.
Well, I'm going to talk about that at the end because while this show did catch my attention, unfortunately, it didn't fully convince me to get it right away. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah, the most important part. I see another game that kind of caught my attention, but this is not really my style of games. Demon Souls.
That's a remake of the original.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, PS3 version, I think.
Yeah, PS3. It was actually on the Wii U also, surprisingly.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
It looks. I mean, obviously, it looks clean. It looks nice, and I saw a lot of fans were excited about this, but I don't know. I didn't get to see much gameplay. I guess fans already know what this game looks like. So.
Yeah. I never played any of the Souls games, so I have no opinion on them.
Yes. Okay. Another game. It was around the end. Horizons Forbidden West.
The only game that actually felt kind of felt next gen.
Yeah, it did. Did they have a release date for this? Let me see.
Did it? I don't remember if it did.
No, they don't. Yeah. So this game looks amazing. When they start off with the underwater scene, they go to some elephants, robotic elephants. Like everything about this game looks amazing. So I fear it's going to be a wow for this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other game, Destruction All Stars, which was basically a kiddie version of Twisted Metal. But that was the first thing I said. I was like, is that Twisted Metal? Yeah, it's Twisted Metal, except you can actually get out of the vehicle, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
It reminds me of I don't know why, but when I look at the characters, I thought of Fortnite, Valorant, Arms, Splatoon, and somewhat I forgot the name. Overwatch. Just how expressive the characters look. That's what I thought of.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Last game I want to mention, I think it appeared right before Horizon. Resident Evil 8.
No, that was like the second to last before.
Yes. Okay. So one thing I really love, it sounds weird, but I love the game and the naming, like the village, where you can transform the VII to 8.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's very clever to me. I don't know.
The trailer was bad. I'm sorry, dude. The trailer was terrible.
Yeah, you're right. It didn't win me over. I mean, but this is like, I guess it's catering for just Resident Evil fans. Like, it's like, okay, they bring back.
They're making an 8. Well, the same gameplay from 7, which I actually approved of. I never played the game, but I approved the first person and actually going back to horror, which I'm okay with. But the trailer was not very good because first off, you couldn't hear it that much. You had to put the volume up.
Oh, I know. That's right. Yeah.
And there was actual slowdown. I'm like, oh no, this is bad. It's a bad trailer, dude.
Yes. And I mean, not that it matters, but I'm looking at the trailer right now. It doesn't really look, super amazing.
No, it looked what you expect from Resident Evil 7. The same graphics from PS4, so it didn't wow me for graphics either.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. It looks like The Last of Us remastered. Yeah. I don't think they have a release date here, do they?
No, it doesn't have it.
Yeah, it just says coming 2021, so sometime next year. I think it will be holiday next year. I don't know.
There was a really cute game that caught my attention as well. I forgot the name of it. It was like the little robots.
Oh, Astro something?
Astro?
Yeah, I think that was previously a VR game.
Tony, they actually never mentioned VR.
Yeah, they didn't. I think, but they're definitely going to take that path with VR. This game is called, let's see, I'm on the trailer right now.
Oh, Astro Playroom, that's the name.
Oh, okay.
That looks...
It's cute. I believe it was a VR game. Now I think they're going to transition to taking advantage of the DualSense controller, where DualSense has a lot of different features, from the triggers on the back, the analog sticks, everything. I think this game's going to take advantage of that. Because unfortunately, I feel like not many games are going to take advantage of all the features the controller has to offer.
Well, to the PS3 never early on it used the wireless DualShock thing, but later on it stopped doing that.
Yeah, yes, and it's like it's one of those things where it's like it's cool at first, but I think what's cooler would be if the developers actually use it to the full potential, which they don't.
Knowing Sony's history of using gimmicks, a lot of times they never do.
Yeah, yeah, because some developers are thinking, okay, I want to put this on PC and I want to put this on the Xbox One X, and they're not really going to go out their way just for the PS5.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, it takes a lot of extra work. Yeah.
I would like to mention other games, but some of them I have too much, like, I mean, the only other one I actually did in mind, I actually thought was pretty cool, was Oddworld, which I recognized the series, but
yeah.
Okay. I did think Oddworld Soulstorm did look pretty cool.
Okay. Good. So one thing I wanted to ask you is, how do you feel about no Uncharted?
I don't care.
I
said after 4 they gotta stop. I'd rather have a new IP from Naughty Dog at this point. Well, I say that, but given what's going on with them, I'm kind of a little hesitant to say otherwise.
Yes. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Uncharted for this event, but for some reason, I don't know, I'm kind of expecting it to come out, maybe a trailer middle of next year, early next year, just to kind of push the people that are on the edge. I don't know. I think around launch time, they're going to announce something bigger, something that, I don't know, something that gets Microsoft fans' attention, I mean, much like this event. Yeah.
Yeah. The Sackboy, I was actually surprised they actually brought back Little Big Planet. Even though it's not a Little Big Planet game, it's pretty cool they brought him back.
Yes. Yeah. I think it would be a little bit too hard to make a 3D Little Big Planet like that.
They could try, but unless Nintendo does a Mario 3D, maker thing, then we'll have to see.
Yeah. I'm excited for that one. And I think since you mentioned that, I think it would be like perfect to kind of give you my thought process. I guess we can get onto the PS5, and I can kind of give you my thought process on the PS5, right?
Mhm.
So first off, we're going to start off with the look.
Mhm.
What do you think? Next gen, too futuristic, ugly. What do you think?
It's a slim Wii, as I called it. A slim Wii.
Slim Wii. Oh, okay. But do you like it?
It's fine, but I mean, but the thing is, I better put it somewhere like next to my TV because I don't want to be in front of it because it's gonna block the sound.
Yeah. So I didn't get to send you the picture, but there is a model where you probably saw that on your own. There is a model where they kind of scale the PS5 based on the USB port and the CD drive, right? Mm-hmm. So they can kind of get a scaling how big the model is compared to the PS4, PS3, Xbox Series X, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is bigger than everything. It stands really tall. It's huge. Okay. It's a really tall console.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I wish I could have sent it to you because looking at it, you're like, oh, okay,
It looks small.
Yeah, it looks small, but
then you realize it's tall. Ooh, oh, I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, it's huge, and I think they have to do it because I saw the GDC, the developers conference of the PlayStation 5. It was like a month ago, which was a very boring event. And they were talking about like one of the main focuses they were focusing on is like improving the fan noise, improving the heat circulation and everything, like making sure they push out the heat properly. So I think that's also another reason why it has those little white slants. They're probably going to push air out, on the sides of those white things. I don't know. I don't even know what you call those flaps, white flaps.
Shield.
So, yeah. It looks. I love the design. The only issue is I feel like it's gonna look outdated in 2 years. I could be wrong about that. I think it looks too futuristic, and once the future actually comes, this is gonna look outdated.
To be honest, it didn't wow me. Like the look isn't awful. but it didn't want me like the Switch did.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, the Switch. When I remember first seeing the Switch, I remember first seeing the Series X trailer. The way I would rank it is probably like PS5 and Switch are tied for me, and then the Series X. Yeah, because Series X was cool, but I don't know, something about this. It was just so, it felt like so tension filled. You know, you knew it was coming. You knew it was at the end of the event. It just, I don't know, it looked so clean. And Microsoft had a surprise factor. They put it into the Video Game Awards. PS5 also had a surprise factor because they introduced a digital version. Right.
Honest to God, dude. The first time I saw it, I was like, wow. I'm surprised people are not freaking out as much as I thought it would, because I remember years ago when before the Switch was even called the Switch, or even I think the NX as well. I remember after the Wii U, during the Wii U's lifespan, they were talking about the new console, right? I heard a rumor about they wanted to make the next Nintendo console digital only, and I remember people flipping the hell out. And I mean, to be fair, I did too, because I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I understand.
And PS5 is doing that now. We have the normal version, which you can play on disc. Yeah. But I question why they made a digital version. I guess my guess is, I don't know if you know the answer to it, but my guess is it's the cheaper version. Because DVD, Blu-ray stuff is expensive. So.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right.
That's why they're doing the digital version, just to add a cheaper version. But my biggest fear is that it's going to be like do you remember the PSP Go?
Yeah, of course.
You actually remember that? Wow, that's crazy. Because the PSP Go was a PSP that you can only download games, and it failed.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that perfectly. It looks cool. It just, it wasn't the time for it yet. I think I saw like a little, I don't know if it was from Sony, but they were like saying that, especially during this pandemic, over 50% of the games that were purchased were digital copies.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, okay, we're shifting there, but obviously we're not there yet. And I think somebody mentioned that the CD drive might have been an afterthought because it doesn't look symmetrical, the CD one. The digital one looks very symmetrical, looks very clean, but the CD one just has a weird slide slant that's added on afterwards, like an afterthought. I don't really know if I agree with that. But maybe next gen is a streaming service, a cloud streaming system, which is like 7 years. Maybe next gen is just digital versions. I don't know, but this is unfortunately the future, and I don't know how they're going to solve the collector's issues, where collectors want to have physical copies of games.
Yeah, sometimes it's a better option because when you download games, they actually take more space than you actually buy them physically.
Yes. And that's kind of like an issue that I'm thinking, like, okay, Sackboy, a big adventure, it's like, okay, it's going to come out maybe $60. And the issue is, if I get it digital, it's probably going to be $60, the first 2 years. Or I can buy the CD drive version, and I could probably buy a used copy of it, for $30-$20, within 5 months, So I'm kind of thinking, like, you know what, and I agree with you. I think the digital version is going to be the cheaper console. I don't know by how much, $50, $100, most likely.
Yeah.
But I think in the long term, it's going to be like, it's just prettier to have a collection. And you're right, like Sony mentioned that this SSD is going to be like 825 gigs. And we have some games that are over 100 gigs. We're going to have to be uninstalling games nonstop, like all the time. Like, how's that going to work?
It's going to be hard to. I don't know. It's going to be hard to convince people to actually buy a digital version because, my God, imagine how many games you want to buy, but oh my goodness, I don't have enough space.
Yeah, and it's annoying to have to like, I have to install this game, and sometimes you have enough space, or sometimes it's just an update, but you still have to clear out enough space because the system wants to make sure that, okay, we have more than enough space.
Yeah, I know. I can hear the argument saying, well, you can just get a memory card. People, it's not fun getting another memory.
Yes. It's not. It's not, and we shouldn't have to do it. If we're buying consoles, it's because we're trying to avoid building a PC. You know, we just want to put in the games and play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I that's why I have to see the prices. You know, some people are saying some crazy prices. I think the one I kind of believe, and this is kind of, I've never heard anyone mention this, but I believe next gen is going to be more expensive. Like,
I believe that.
About controllers, I'm talking about the games, I'm talking about everything's going to be more expensive.
Oh,
I think it's about time that games, you know, they move up from the $60 mark in the United States, you know. Yeah, of course, I'm completely wrong, but what do you think?
To be fair, they kind of already did in the NES, Super Nintendo days, depending on what type of game you're buying with so much space on the cartridge. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you see, that's why I kind of feel like Microsoft is kind of pushing Game Pass, because they kind of, Sony and Microsoft kind of know, like, yeah, we're gonna have to move to $70 or $80 per game, especially because how much effort they're putting into these games now, like how detailed they are.
But also give me the fear that we're still in a terrible time where we're still getting incomplete games sometimes.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
It's going to be even harder for a lot of people to be convinced that, oh, wow, I'm going to buy it $70, $80, but it's still not done.
Yes. It's going to be one of those things where it's going to be adjusted for inflation eventually, where like $80 right now, this year, and next year it's going to be like, it's going to be bothersome. But I feel like, you know, in 10 years, it's going to still be $80, and it's going to be like, okay, you know, $80 is the norm now. You know, inflation has gone up a little bit, you know, like 10%, yeah. But I think eventually they're going to have to move there. And I think this is the generation they do that. I've never seen anyone mention that. I've never seen rumors of that. I'm just thinking this controller is so sophisticated, it has to be much more expensive. The games are so detailed, so crazy, like, I don't know, if you don't have online transactions, you want to make a lot of money from it, especially if you put so much effort. So you got to bump it up a little bit, you know. And special editions just don't cut it sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Well, what PS5 Slim? We're going to get that later on because they always do that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And I wonder how they're going to make that look. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the system's already slim enough. I don't get it.
Yeah. I think it's going to be smaller. Like I said, like it doesn't look that big, but once you see how big it truly is, you'll be surprised. It's a big console so far.
The PS3 wasn't tall, but it was a bulky system.
Yes. And it is almost as bulky, and it's bigger. It's taller. I'm sorry.
It's taller, yes, but I don't know if it's bulkier. I mean, I don't know if it is, but the PS5 is pretty tall, and I'm pretty sure the no, they're not if. They will do a PS5 Slim. Whenever that comes out, it's certainly smaller.
Yeah, for sure. They're going to do Slim and a Pro version. I think the Slim will come earlier, like a year earlier, too. But that'll be down the line. I think I might have to. I'm planning on getting next gen system day one. Okay.
Okay, that's a good segue then, because we'll finish your time and then I'll say my stuff.
Okay, so, and the reason why I'm thinking that right now is because this event kind of won me over like crazy. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I need to catch up on PS4. You know, play those games. PS5, they announced those like great games. I'm gonna have a great library for the next 6 years. You know, eventually when the games come out. And I'm thinking, well, I want to enjoy next gen now. You know, if I get a next gen system, it's gonna be day one if it's a PS5. If it's a Series X and I stick with Microsoft, I might have to wait a couple of months. Okay, but this event won me over. Okay, especially because I could play PS4 games. But what about you?
Honest to God, I wasn't. I thought the overall show was fine. The games were cool, but they weren't enough for me to convince me to get the game day one. To get the system day one. I just don't feel that the system is worthy to buy day one. I want to wait until the games actually fully come out. Because I don't know, like none of these games to me. While I was interested, like I actually liked the Sackboy and Ratchet and Clank trailers. They look really interesting, and I do want to play them. They're not exactly those games I really want to get so badly. Like for example, when the Nintendo Switch was announced, the moment you saw Super Mario Odyssey, you're like, God, I gotta get the system now.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
At the moment, at the final part of the Switch trailer, when they show Breath of the Wild being a launch title game, it's like, oh wow, they knocked it right out of the park, just like that.
Yeah.
This right here doesn't really have that game for a launch title, and while the games may look cool, a lot of them we're not even going to get until later on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I think for me, my argument's different because, I haven't played the PS4 library. It will be like a catch-up phase for me.
I'd rather just get the PS4 only because it's a cheaper console, and I missed out on it. So.
Yes. Yes. But it was mentioned on the developers conference a couple months ago. It's like, with the backwards compatibility uses a smart system where it's like it tries to upres the games, especially for the games that I'm interested in. Then like Spider-Man is going to upraise that game to be just a little bit better, not like crazy good, but just I'm going to get a better experience in general. I mean, hopefully better than the PS4 Pro, which already looks very pretty.
Yeah.
So yeah. If it's a PS5, that I end up going with, then it's a day one console purchase for me. I'm expecting to buy the CD version one. I would be unless there's a crazy price difference. Like if the CD one's $600 and the digital one's $400, then yeah, I might go for digital. But I don't think so. I think the price is going to be, I don't know. I'm thinking 500 and 400.
Oh, can they go PS3 route? Because PS3 was $600 when it first came out.
And that's truly what I'm thinking, that they can do $600 because they have a digital version that's cheaper. That's going to be cheaper. That we think is going to be cheaper, right?
Yeah, well, we think it's going to be cheaper. We don't know if the prices aren't going to be that much different from each other.
Yes. Yeah, we don't know. It could be $50, or maybe they're the same price because the digital version has twice as much as memory. We don't know, right?
Yeah.
We really are only speculating that it's going to be cheaper because I'm assuming that CD drive is expensive as hell. Like,
Blu-ray.
Yeah. So I'm assuming it has to be cheaper unless it has more memory. So unless, I'm already thinking it's going to be $600. I'm putting $600 aside, and I'm thinking Series X is going to be the same thing, $600. Because my prediction is next gen is going to be expensive, and we gotta get ready for it.
I can't wait for games taking a lot longer than they usually do to make.
Yes. And I'm already seeing rumors, like, it's just like some memes and everything. Like, people are saying, oh, me when a PS5 is $700, right? And they're like dressed in a robbing outfit and everything. And it's kind of like, I feel like those things are being put out there by somebody. It's a conspiracy, but I feel like they're putting a high price out there on purpose, and making memes, and it's like, it's funny because it's not going to be $700. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit below that, but they're kind of raising your expectations. That way, when the price comes out, it's not that big of an outrage. But what year did the PS3 come out?
2006.
See, so 2006, $600. It's much different than 2020, $600.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, the system didn't do too great when it first came out, anyways, because first of all, it didn't have that many great games the first year. Even if it did, there were only a handful, and it was the most expensive console. What are you going to get? 360 or PS3 or the Wii?
Yeah. So that's my prediction: 600, 500. Well, what do you think is going to be?
I'm going to be an odd man out here. I'm going to say 550.
Yeah, I really think 550 is the perfect price. It just like the 50, it just looks weird to me. I don't know, if it was a handheld, I think they would do like 550, something weird like that, but I don't know. I think they speculated that the amount it costs to build the system is like $420. And I think something that Sony and Microsoft do is that they take a loss on these systems because they make it back, with the online subscriptions, with the games and everything.
Yeah.
The Switch doesn't do, Nintendo doesn't do that. They don't take a loss on systems for the most part. Yeah. But if they ship it at 500, it will be barely making money, right? Because they also have to pay, for marketing. They're gonna have to pay, to distribute the systems and everything. So
yeah.
I think 550 is like the perfect price to like say, okay, we're gonna make a little bit of profit here. Boom. Well, it's the perfect price. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was 600, and 550 for digital version.
Yeah.
So you're saying 550 for what? CD version?
Yeah, CD version. I don't know about digital. Maybe 450.
450. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I will have to see like what's enticing about it. I know my prediction is that they're going to be equally as powerful. I heard rumors that the Microsoft one, they're releasing 2 models as well, and the second version is not as powerful as the Series X. So
I'm questioning the idea of different models. Okay, I know Nintendo does it with the DS stuff, but not when they first come out.
yeah, I know. So I'm wondering what Series X is going to do there. Like, if the second model is going to be kind of cheaper, then I don't know, and it's going to be less powerful. Is it going to be less powerful than the Xbox One X? Because the Xbox One X is pretty powerful,
Yeah, and people love power. So
yeah,
I'm not one of those people, but I know a lot of people are. So
yeah, and I feel like Microsoft is kind of shifting. Like, it's weird to me when I see Microsoft; they're kind of shifting to, okay, let's embrace the PC culture. I mean, we're freaking Microsoft, right? We own Windows. If people switch to the PC, it's not that bad, Kind of, You have to find a way to make. I mean, they're getting Game Pass and everything, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel Sony is like they're truly just focused on games and gameplay, and they're like, look at all these exclusives that we have,
Well, did they? I don't know if they said which one of these are even time exclusive, because I'm pretty sure the indie games are not fully exclusive.
Right. Yeah, that's for sure. No, they didn't mention that yet, but even the exclusive games, like, those are enough to win me over,
Yeah, smart move on their part, but they're not going to be. Well, except for their franchises, yeah, obviously, but just other games, they're not. I'm sure this is time exclusive.
Yes. Okay. So that's a PS5. I love it. The accessories look clean. What do you think about the controller?
Looks okay.
It's okay. I like that it has a 2-tone design along with the console.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem a little more comfortable than the PS4 controller. So
it does. Well, way more comfortable. And by all the features that they have, they announced the features here. Like, this is gonna have to be an $80 controller.
Oh man, the Switch is $70, so get ready for that $80 controller.
Yeah. But this actually looks premium compared to Joy-Con. So, the Pro controllers are perfect, but Joy-Con is $70 as well. So.
Yeah. This one does look nice. I mean, I think it's okay overall, but I don't know. There's something wrong with it per se. It's more like the features it has. I don't feel like they're going to use it to full potential, and if they are, it's not going to really matter.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's going to be smaller games that are going to use these features, like Sackboy and stuff like that. But even that's
fine. A lot of times in their big games, they rarely do that.
Yeah. So, we'll have to see what happens with those controller features. But it's still a very clean controller. Like, it's something new compared to Xbox, right?
Yeah. I know this was early on, so maybe it's obviously going to look better, the system itself for games. But a lot of the games graphically, while they look, good, obviously look really good, I don't think, besides, I guess, Horizon, a lot of them didn't really prove to me that this is the next gen console.
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of, that was kind of my expectations going into it. Like, I'm like, okay, obviously games are going to look pretty clean, but it's going to be like, PS4 also looks very, high res. It also looks very amazing.
Go ahead.
Oh, this current gen is very, very clean, especially these last few games. Like, it's super, super good. So it's like my expectations for next gen are super high, and I think that won't meet my expectations until another 3 years.
Yeah, and I said earlier that I'm not a power person, but I was disappointed that this one didn't really convince me that these games are supposed to be the next gen graphics. Because when you look at like PS2 to PS3, you could tell that this was next gen.
Yeah.
And PS1 to PS2, oh man, you could definitely tell. But this one, but from PS3 to PS4, I wasn't convinced that much. And this here is another problem. I'm still not convinced as much.
Yeah.
I mean, now PS4 looks better than PS3, but in its first, showings, no, I wasn't convinced.
Yeah. I agree with you. And it's not, unfortunately, until, like you said, like Horizons comes out, like, which is, we don't even know when it's coming out.
Yeah.
When we actually playing it on a big screen 4K TV is when we'll say, okay, this is next gen.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a while that comes out.
Yeah, and right now, in terms of graphics, it looked nice. I'm not going to say they look bad, but I wasn't fully convinced that, this is the next gen. Yeah, I have parts, definitely, but overall, no. I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But I will praise them for showing a lot of games and showing gameplay for most of them.
Oh,
they get like A+ for that. They got my respect for that.
Yeah, I saw a lot of predictions were like, okay, maybe they'll show maybe Spider-Man sequel, maybe they'll show this, and maybe at the end they'll show the system. And it's kind of like that's what they did. They know what the fans want to see. They want to see the system. They want to see a lot of great games, big games, and some fans want to see indie games, smaller studios.
Yeah, I praise for that as well. And I know I said none of them really truly wowed me. At least we got games, so that's something.
Yes, and there is a fan base for that. So that's the PS5. Any final thoughts on the system, the games, anything you want to say?
I can't wait to bite the PS4 and then later on get the PS5.
God damn it. Okay, I can't wait to skip the PS4 and go straight to the PS5. So.
I don't know. I mean, that's my thought right now. Maybe it might change, but I'm not convinced in getting this thing early as possible. No, not this one.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to see. Next month is the Xbox event. We'll see if we talk about that one. I don't think so. I really don't think, unless it's like extremely hyped like this one, I don't think we'll talk about that one. But we'll see what Microsoft has to offer next month in July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Fine show.
Yeah. Okay.